My friends, where does our help come from? Our help is in the name of the Lord, who made the heavens and the earth. Our help is in Jesus Christ, who is the same yesterday, today, and forever. Just this past Monday, we finished our last council meeting of the current council's term. We did it on Zoom, which means that all 42 people in attendance ended up being confined in this little square box on your computer screen. The meeting lasted 3 hours and 20 minutes. 3 hours and 20 minutes of any meeting is hard. But believe me when I tell you that 3 hours and 20 minutes of a Zoom meeting is something close to excruciating. Now, we had a really good reason why it was so long. We were talking about all the stuff that's going on. We were figuring out, how do we continue to handle this pandemic? How do we come back to church? What are the steps? What are the signs? How do we do this? We were talking about members who are sick or who are going through things. How do we care for them in this kind of situation? We were talking about the church's finances, all sorts of stuff. And it quickly adds up to 3 hours and 20 minutes of work that could be fairly described as hard and maybe even tedious. Now, for 12 of our members, this is their very last council meeting. They've been doing this work for 3 years, and their terms have finally come to an end. And maybe you'd think after 3 years of these long meetings talking about these things that can be tedious, that they would be utterly exhausted by this grind, that this 3-year experience would be something like soul killing for them. And yet, at the very end of the meeting, our chairman, Dave Buter, gave an opportunity for retiring council members to say something about their experience. And many council members spoke up, and they spoke about things like privilege and joy and gratitude. And in fact, at the very end of the elders meeting, as we were about to sign off the Zoom meeting, one of the elders actually says, "I don't want this to end." I'm not making this up. That actually happened. I don't want this to end. Wait, you want to keep going with 3 hour and 20 minute meetings? What's happening there? I'll tell you what's happening. That wonderful person is realizing what all Christian servants realize, that the paths of God go through hard places. The work of the kingdom is the work of struggle. It's the work of sacrifice. Because it's the work of the kingdom, it puts you in very difficult places. But when you go through those places together, when you go through them with prayer, when you go through them with brothers and sisters by your side and you struggle together, when you come to the end of the journey, you realize that the Lord was in this place, that you've done something significant, and your heart is filled with this unique kingdom joy that can only come after doing the work of God's kingdom together with other people for a long time and knowing that His Spirit was there all along. It reminds me of what Peter says in his first epistle about the work of the church. He says this, "In all your struggle you greatly rejoice, though for a little while you may have had to suffer all kinds of trials. These trials have come so that the proven genuineness of your faith may result in praise and glory and honor when Christ is revealed. Struggle in the journey, joy at the end." Good words. May they guide us as we go through our present struggle. May they assure us of God's presence with us today. And now, friends, may the peace of Christ go with you wherever you may be. May He guide you through the wilderness and protect you through the storm. May He fill you with thanksgiving at the wonders He has shown you. And may He bring you home rejoicing, face to face again once more. Amen.